Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I wanted to make a short-term price prediction on where I think the futures market is heading, more specifically the Nasdaq and S&P 500. So without further ado, let's get started. I use standard deviations, trend lines, and Fibonacci retracements to predict where I think the futures market is going. And the thicker the trend line, the longer the time frame that it represents. So you can see this white line being the thickest. It bounced off this line as resistance pretty nicely throughout the year, dating all the way back from March of last year, until it eventually broke it a couple of days ago. Oops, sorry about that. Go back. So it broke it a couple of days ago and then it retested it nicely, which is why I think the Nasdaq futures is going to go higher and break its high that it did a couple of days ago. More specifically, the price target that I have in mind is 13,200, and I'll tell you how I got to that number. Let me switch over to the 15-minute time frame, and I'll zoom in real fast. So this low point right here on the 15-minute time frame, it bounced off that long-term trend line that I was referring to earlier. And if I go ahead and draw a Fibonacci retracement from that end to this high of 12,950, you could see that although we broke the 50% retracement, we've been testing this 61.8 retracement very nicely. And the 61.8, the 50, and the 23.6 retracements are used very commonly when it comes to Fibonacci retracements, very accurately, mind you. And so as long as it continues to sustain this move and doesn't break below it, the next target that I have in mind is the 23.6 retracement that I referred to earlier, and that's 13,204. If the run continues, it can go as high as $13,616. And I understand that we broke this demand zone from earlier right here, but I do think that we'll get above it eventually. If for whatever reason we do go down below further in the next couple of days, especially because I know CPI data is coming out next week on Tuesday as well. But if we do go down below the 61.8, I'm going to go back over to the 1 year, 1 day chart. And similarly, I'm going to draw a Fibonacci retracement from this low point right here of 10,484.50 to the high that I referred to earlier, which was a 12,950. And if you notice, the 50% retracement coincides with that long-term trend line right here. And that's why I feel if we do break this 61.8 shorter Fibonacci, that we'll go ahead and successfully test this 11,700 area 50% retracement, and then we'll get a move higher. So that's my technical analysis for the Nasdaq. We can go ahead and switch over to the ES. And so similarly with the Nasdaq, I'm going to go ahead and draw a long-term Fibonacci retracement from the low of 3502 to the high of, well, actually, the high is, let me go ahead and reactivate this again. No, actually, this is accurate. Okay, yeah. To the high of 4183.75. And you could see that we bounced off this 50% retracement pretty successfully until we started running back up. And now we're approaching the 23.6 retracement at 43.44. So still a reason to be very bullish. The reason why we've gone down over the past couple of days, as you could see, this is the standard deviation, and that's used as resistance if you're below it, used as support if you're above it. And you can see that we were tested a couple of times, and we even broke below these trend lines. So there may be more room to go further down, but I do believe we're going to run up actually. And the reason why I say that is, again, if we switch over to the 15-minute chart, and if I draw a Fibonacci from this low of 39.6325, if I can click on the bar, to this high of 4208.50, you could see that we retraced in between the 50 and the 61 pretty nicely, and so now we're above the 50% retracement, and we could very well make that move towards the 42.66. So it'll be an interesting week. Let's wait for that CPI data to really see where the market wants to trend. But if you guys have any more questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer it. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys for the next video. Bye.